Welcome back for the mobile game fanatics on MyTyme to WWE Supercard Season 3, and apologies for the absence. I have been recovering from illness and haven't really been doing too much on my PC, and as a result I've missed quite a bit in this game. I have missed the team event, which saw our team getting John Cena, so big shout out to you guys. Thank you very much for your help in getting him as an ultimate card. He was a single, but still another one to add to the team. And on top of that, I have missed out on a special event, which was a limited Undertaker. And I'm not going to go into that now because a lot of people have already played the event, know exactly what's going on. And I'm just going to play one game through this Mankind Road to Glory, just while we explain what's been happening with myself and the limited Undertaker. Yeah, so that limited Undertaker was a special ultimate card that you could only get through packs or by being in ultimate tier and getting the board pools. Now, I'm pretty glad I didn't get involved in the event. Now, I didn't wait up to try and get any of the codes or do anything like that. From what I hear, it was pretty intense if you're going to be lucky enough to get a card. And to get a pro, well, you were basically going to have to just get a lot of luck in packs. And they said you could get him off the board, and I actually kind of thought that it meant if you got an ultimate board reset, you would get the card. Okay, and I got an ultimate reset just before the event started, literally a couple of hours, and I was like, oh damn it, well that's going to mean me not getting an Undertaker card now. But as it transpires, it didn't mean that. It just meant you had a chance of getting that card, as much chance you had of getting, I don't know, any other card in the tier. So pretty happy I didn't try and go all out for that event, especially considering the card isn't even particularly great. I mean, it's not even as good as the throwback Undertaker. And although it was an awesome image and an awesome looking card, a pretty weak event to be honest with you. So pretty glad actually that I didn't try and focus on that card because I wasn't well at that time, and last thing I wanted to do would have to sit up for 10 hours 12 hours to try and get a QR code to end up not getting a card because my phone doesn't register it in time, or because I'm 4 seconds later than 100 other people and I end up missing out on it, or to sit here grinding out games. And I did give you double picks in the Royal Rumble event for that weekend, which was pretty cool because you would be able to get 24 picks out of Royal Rumble, which was a good way to start farming through cards to try and get in resets, etc. Although they do take a couple of hours to reset each bout, it wasn't a bad, should we say, a bad thing to add into it. So I thought that part of it's quite positive, but the rest of it didn't interest me at all. So let me know if you did manage to get a limited edition Undertaker. There's not going to be many people out there, so count yourself lucky. It's a bit like that Goldberg card, and something I'm quite proud to have. Not many people will have got that limited Undertaker card, and even fewer people would have got it pro'd. So it's kind of something you'll probably keep in your card collection for the whole of Season 3 as a way of showing what you actually achieved and the kind of achievement that you were able to get. So it's pretty cool in that respect. So those who have got the card, kudos to you. You just saw me there complete my hardened Samoa Joe for this event. We're going to go through, look at the rewards, then we'll come back and I'll show you the latest additions to my deck, and then we will come and talk a little bit about King of the Ring. So I'm going to come back down. We'll forget, in fact we'll go all the way through. You've got Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler and John Cena for the first 3 cards. Really good legendary card. They hit Seth Rollins, which is a really good survivor card. You hit Daniel Bryan, which is a pretty decent, you can see by his stats, kind of pretty decent WrestleMania card. You then hit Undertaker, which is a beast of a SummerSlam card, and you hit Samoa Joe, which is a reasonably decent NXT hardened card. AJ Styles, really good elite card, kind of top 10 again. All his stats over 5,000, over 53 in speed, one of the best cards in the tier in speed. Then you hit Carl Anderson. Now this is a slight dip in the quality of all these cards in their tiers, and you hit Carl Anderson. Well, we did just have Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson will be a single for me, but still, it's another card. He isn't actually worse in the tier, to be fair to him. He's just not a particularly good card, but he's not awful. You can see he's got 3 stats over 6,000, good toughness, okay charisma, power and speed, but yeah, for a lot of people, if he makes a pro, it'll be great. Otherwise, it's just another card to add to the deck. And then obviously this Mankind card, which is what we're going to go for in the end. So we're going to work through this. Hopefully this one won't be too hard to get. I do have a few more cards in my arsenal now that might be potentially useful. And first of all, we will in fact go through, click on anything, we will go and show you the pool that I got. No, we won't. In fact, we will go into my, no we're not, scrap it all. I was going to show you the footage of me claiming my King of the Ring win, but don't worry about that. We're going to go into females and we're going to show you my latest pull. Where are you, my lovely? Here we go. So Natalia, I did get Natalia just before this limited Undertaker event, and I was pretty stoked to get her. Really happy to get a pull. I need some more females. Ultimate female was awesome. I also had, just before this, had a male reward in my King of the Ring, and I was praying for something that I could pro, and unfortunately it wasn't a pro. And as we scrolled along, unfortunately it wasn't a particularly good card either, although to be fair, not the worst in the tier. But I got Braun Strowman. Yeah, I've been leveling him up a bit, been playing the games, but he isn't the worst card in the tier, okay? I will admit that. I was not happy to get him because I need pros. I've got another single John Cena, I've got a single Braun, I've got a single Natalia, and I was just like, oh, this isn't going well. I need to get a few ultimate pros now before anything big happens in Supercard. I mean, we've had new star tiers released in my NBA like 3 weeks ago, whatever it is. We've just had star tier drop in NHL, as well as a new mode which is called Reign the Rink, which is basically Money in the Bank, which is an awesome mode. If you haven't played that, I recommend just downloading the game and checking it out. It plays exactly the same as Money in the Bank, or very similar anyway, but it is a load of fun. And then what's going to happen with WWE Supercard, really intrigued to see what happens on Wednesday. And then I did get another board pull, another board reset, okay? And this is the good news, because if I click on combinable, boom, we've got Heath Slater. Now, Heath Slater is actually quite a good card in the tier. Now, he might not be top 5. In fact, I think he's probably not quite top 10. He's just borderline outside of that. But absolutely stoked. I could do with a couple more ultimate pros. I need those for the road to glory. It will help me towards the end to keep doing those plus 10s that a little bit longer, those plus 5s, and stop me from having to grind so much on the final day, because I tend to leave a lot of my work to the last day. So once we've got both of these two cars fully leveled up and matched, we're going to pro him out, and then we're going to go straight into my next King of the Ring. Now, what I wanted to do was I did want to show you guys some King of the Ring tactics, okay? And what I might do is show you them in a future video, but just for anybody who's bothered to watch this far in the King of the Ring, I'm going to explain something to you that a lot of people won't tell you, and I don't mind telling you, because if you're watching my videos, then fine, I quite happily help you along the way. So this is how I've set my team up, for example. Now, I don't want to have this Nia Jackson that's in there just by mistake. I don't even know what happened there. It must have been a misclick somewhere along the line. Let's just say we put Ember Moon back in, okay? So let's just say this is a team that I'm running, which I have been. Now, when you come up against player, whatever his name could be, player Unicorn, yeah? So when you come up against player Unicorn, they will have the same setup, and they put their superstars wherever they want to. Now, if it calls a male tag, and it calls this Samoa Joe and Dolph Ziggler tag, it will call the slot 1 tag for your opponent as well, vice versa. If it calls my, say, Goldberg, then it will call the opponent's slot 3 male superstar. So what you can do is you can move your superstars around depending who you're playing, once you've played them once, to get an idea of their team, to try and give yourself an advantage. Now obviously your opponent can also move their players around as well, and it works the same with the females. The only difference with the females is you're limited to what you can do, because you don't have the same kind of choice. It's only whether you make a compatible tag or not, and whether you can win the solo match or not. But you can make your tags and your singles work in such a way that, for example, if the opponent is running all event cards, etc. as singles, I have the option to throw up the tags and say, well, hey, guess what? I'm going to win the tags, lose probably all the singles, but if 2 tag matches are called, and maybe a female, for example, I might win. Or I might do something like this, you know, this will be the kind of team that I'm running at the moment to try and make it to see how the first games go. I say, okay, right, I can with these guys, you know, when I lose, and I move my 2 tags around so I can win 1 tag, lose 1 tag, and match up my male superstars to be in a position where either they're playing the same guy, so Goldberg for example, or have Goldberg against somebody that he can 2-stat and potentially 3-stat if he procs, because obviously I've leveled him up in speed, for example. So maybe he could go up against like not Neville, because I've done my Neville differently, but he could go up against, say, another Goldberg who maybe hasn't got as much speed, or puts some of his tokens in toughness and gives me a chance of winning depending on the proc, etc. So little tip there, guys, just remember, in King of the Rings, your male tag for whatever male tag you've been called, for example, or your male solo, will be the exact same for your opponent. So if it's slot 2 for you, it's slot 2 for them. So think about moving your cards around. That's helped me to win a King of the Ring when I should have never ever have won. Because if your opponent just leaves the people in exactly the same place and just energizes, you may be able to get a slight tactical advantage, and it will help you bring home the bacon in some of these King of the Rings where you are definitely not the favourite, and where your opponent has overall a better deck, but they're just not quite as well positioned as your cards. So with that, I'm actually going to sign out. I don't know if it's a particularly long episode. I'm going to actually wait to see what happens on Wednesday. I do think we're going to find something new from Supercard, because that last kind of event they've done was pretty horrible, and given that NHL and my NBA have had a boost, if it's not next week, I do anticipate it to be the week after. They might give it a 2-week gap as well. They have released another game in the meantime, WWE, which has taken a lot of press, which I'm going to come on to again, a game that I have actually still been playing for, which is pretty good, so you can check that out in my channel pretty soon. And I'm going to start working on some better backgrounds and everything once my voice is cleared up fully. I'll get the camera back up. I'm going to try and work on some overlays, get everything looking a bit more snazzy. Now that we've hit February, I've got to just pull my finger out. So thank you for watching, everyone. That was just a quick little catch up of what's going on. Let me know what you think of the Mankind event. What are you going for? Do any of these cards mean anything for any of you guys? I mean, to be fair, apart from Kyans and all these other cards are pretty good, so even if you are in the lower tiers, it's worth trying to grind through as much as you can, because you're not getting trash rewards. And so even this Kyle Anderson isn't the worst card in the tier. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get too excited about getting him. He's not a pro, but hopefully from playing through this event a bit more, I will get myself a pro, maybe get another ultimate pull if I'm lucky. So thank you, people. I've been MyTyme. I'm going to sign out. Good luck getting your Mankind card, those of you that are going through them, and I'll see you all soon, maybe in my next King of the Ring.